And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again, another day committed to being your consumer advocate. It's all about helping you win here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And we want to help you multiple ways that we can help you, but it's up to you to engage. 813-670-7372.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
Save our hotline number on your phone. At some point, you're going to need it. 813-670-7372. And we want you to think about this show as the hub of your financial, your business, your health wheel. Each one of those spokes extending out, representing another one of our preferred partners, our on-air expert contributors here, local to the Tampa Bay region and the Gulf Coast of Florida. Save our website, consumerqb.com. A plethora of information available for you on our website at consumerqb.com. You can see links there to all of our expert contributors, the finest folks in all of Tampa Bay and the Gulf Coast region that we've assembled, we've vetted, and we bring on the show to help you understand more about your buying decisions here in Tampa Bay, a consumer advocate approach here. And we've got an uptick in calls lately, and we appreciate those who are reaching out. We'd love to engage with you on our hotline. And this segment is brought to you by the official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. That's Taps Restaurant over at the International Plaza in Bay Street. Taps Restaurant, Bar and Lounge in Tampa, right there at International Plaza, Bay Street. And now it's a local gastropub here in Tampa Bay. Great ambiance, friendly staff, and you got local craft beer as well. Taps Restaurant over at the International Plaza. Now, pretty cool. They got an outdoor area where you can bring your dog. So furry friends are welcome at the local restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Friendly staff, great ambiance. Check them out. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. And we're in studio here today. We got our new expert contributor making his debut, HL. Welcome in, sir.
Thank you.
Retired Master Sergeant. Thanks for your service, too.
You're welcome.
All right. So what are we going to talk about today?
Identity theft protection plus legal services.
Legal services.
Yes.
Okay. So you're independent associate with LegalShield and IDShield.
Yes. Over
Awesome.
a decade.
Very cool. Over a decade in the business.
Yes.
Wow. That's awesome. And so identity theft is rampant out there. You know, we work with, we've had William Crowley on the show several times, longtime friend of the program, over 5, almost 6 years, I think, with William Crowley. And you know, identity theft is something that's out there. It's people are having it happen to them. It's affecting their credit. It's affecting their mortgage, their real estate. Lots of ways that, these are going to impact people. So you got 24 access to lawyers, and the holidays are coming up, upticking that type of activity.
Oh, yes, it's so true. With identity theft, a lot of people don't realize what happened. Once you become a victim of identity theft, you pretty much your life is messed up.
Yeah.
I've been a victim of identity theft.
Yep.
And the sad thing about identity theft, you're guilty until proven innocent.
Oh, yeah.
Most every crime, other crime, you pretty much innocent, but you got to prove yourself. And with identity theft, every 2 seconds, someone becomes a victim of identity theft.
Wow.
And so it's not going away.
Wow, yeah. All right, so we're going to dive deeper into that. We got Greg Bowman, the AC guy from Tampa Bay, coming in to the studio as well. And I will let you know about a couple of hot property listings that we've got here in Tampa Bay. We've got a property here in Tampa at 861 Mandalay Avenue, Clearwater Beach. This is a gorgeous beach property on Clearwater Beach, and you're literally 200 steps, and you are on the sugar sands and dolphin-filled waters of Clearwater Beach. 861 Mandalay Avenue. It's 2-bedroom, 2-bath. You got a 3rd bedroom in the back. We technically can't count it, though, because there's not a closet per MLS rules, but it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath property. And you've got a beautiful patio area in between, a great lanai and entertaining area, outdoor showers, and you are right on the beach here at the 861 Mandalay Avenue, close to the community with all types of celebrities in it. Great opportunity to own, and it's $699,000, priced below the comparables here at 861 Mandalay Avenue, Clearwater Beach in Clearwater Beach, Florida. 5822 Schooner Way is another gorgeous waterfront property that we've got. 5822 Schooner Way, Bayport, town and country area of Tampa. Direct access out into the upper Tampa Bay. So you're on a freshwater canal. You've got the opportunity to boat to dinner at 5822 Schooner Way, 2-story home, completely remodeled, gorgeous opportunity. Check out all of our real estate properties at platinummvpteam.com. And we got a feel-good story coming at you later in the show as well. Celebrity chefs have teamed up to feed California firefighters and evacuees dealing with those blazes out in California, out on the West Coast here in Florida. All right, so we got H.L. Allen, retired Master Sergeant in studio. Let's talk about this. Let's dive a little deeper. When you look at the service that you offer, anyone can join. It's an opportunity for them to have this peace of mind, I think, is what comes along with it.
Yes, it does give you peace of mind because, like I mentioned earlier, anytime you become a victim of identity theft, it's very, very stressful. I know it was stressful for me. Yeah. And one lady, it was so unfortunate, she actually committed suicide. Oh, man. It was just that stressful. And one thing about identity theft, whether you're a billionaire, millionaire, thousandaires, as some folks say. Yeah. No one is exempted from identity theft. Right. And a lot of time the kids are a big victim of identity theft. Last year we had over a million kids that were actually a victim of identity theft. Wow. And some years ago we actually did a presentation for this one group, and the lady that was in the group, her mom, God bless her soul, she passed away. But when her mom passed, she had a warrant for arrest. So if the daughter get pulled over, she's going straight to jail. Wow. Yes. Yeah, there's all these things that can happen. And I've heard it said also not if, but when. Yeah, that's correct. It's just like almost like any other crime and stuff, just a matter of time. Yeah. And when it does happen to you, you want to make sure you have something in place. You just don't want to be left out there. Yeah. Imagine Friday afternoon, you're on your way to home, and you get pulled up by law enforcement, and you have a warrant out for your arrest. Mm-hmm. That just messed up your Friday afternoon. Oh, and what is the 3-day weekend? Yeah, imagine that. Yeah, you're sitting in jail, and you got to come up with bail money, and so it's like you said, the proof of burden is not, it's not you're innocent until proven guilty. Mm-hmm. It's the opposite in this case. Exactly. Wow. Yeah. And with identity theft, it's $1 billion industry. Wow. And we're getting ready to go into the holidays. It's going to get even worse. People going to be using their credit card, buying gifts. They're going to be ordering stuff online. Yeah. I just tell folks, just be aware. We just had that happen to us. One of our business accounts, there was some charges trying to go through in Saudi Arabia. Right. And luckily the banks caught that. The banks are getting more diligent rather in their, they're able to, determine and ascertain, hey, this is overseas. They never charged in that area. But yeah, so it happens a lot. You see it all over the place, and it can really hurt your finances, your credit, and you need credit to be able to get a house or mortgage, insurance. That is so true. In fact, there was a gentleman. I want to say he was a major in the reserve. Yep. And this gentleman, he was making over $100,000 per year, and he had a top secret clearance. Somehow it got compromised, and when as a military person, if you have a top secret clearance, whether you're military or civilian, you can use that clearance. But this gentleman went from making $100,000 to a year to making $7 an hour. Wow. Because someone has stolen his information. And it's just like, he got to prove that, hey, I'm the right person, that's the wrong person. Yeah. But, countless hours. I mean, you've probably seen stats on that. Oh, yeah. We're talking about over 175 hours to over 600 hours. Wow. Imagine if you're a business owner and you're trying to run your business. Yeah. Imagine if one of your employees come a victim of identity theft. Wow. Are you going to give them that time off? Probably not. Wow. But they got to fix their situation out. They're going to have to straighten it out. Or they may be facing jail time, because we're talking about some serious issues that's going on now. Yeah, and it happens with medical. I've seen that happen too. Yeah. You see it happen in medical. All the time. If you just joined us, I'm your host, Brandon Bryans. We're talking with H.L. Allen. He's a retired Master Sergeant, and he's an independent associate with LegalShield and IDShield here in Tampa Bay. Local, again, another example of a local expert contributor here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. So let's run a scenario. Let's say something were to happen in my credit, and I have your coverage. What's the next step? What do we do? What you would do, you get in touch with our private investigators. They go to work for you. Okay. Also, you get in touch with LegalShield, because anytime you have a identity theft issue, you're going to turn to a legal situation, because you're going to need an attorney, because this is some that you're not going to be able to handle by yourself. So once you get in touch with them, if you need to get them a limited power of attorney, they go to work for you. And basically give you a peace of mind knowing that, hey, my situation is going to be taken care of. It's going to be back to normal. Because if you try to do it on your own, you're not going to be able to do it, because it's a lot of steps. And if you miss that one step, you pretty much miss all the steps. Yeah. So you're talking to a private investigator who's going to be assigned to you. They're going to be working with me directly. Right. And they're going to ask me for a power of attorney. What exactly does that mean? Basically, you get them. Basically, what they do, they go to work for you with the limited power of attorney. You saying, hey, I want him to help me clear this case out. This situation, should I say? Yes. And then once you sign that over, a limit, that's all you're going to give them, a limit, and they go to work for you. Because, or you can do it yourself. But if you try to do it yourself, you're not going. It's going to take a lot of your time. That's why we said give them a limited power of attorney, because you have a private investigator girl that's going to work for you. You're also going to have an attorney that's going to work for you, because you're not going to be able to do it yourself.
So it comes to a situation where, you're already busy as a single parent. You've got a job, you've got a business that you're running, you got the kids' soccer, you got all these different things that you're doing as a regular, citizen out there.
Right.
And then you got to add this on top of it.
Right.
Can you give us a recent success story or different examples that you've seen happen?
Sure.
In this?
There was a gentleman, LegalShield. He was actually on his way home from a meeting, and he got pulled over. We're talking about. Here's a guy, getting ready to start his weekend up, and it's coming up close to the holidays. And when he got pulled over, thank God, him and the law enforcement, they knew each other. So he said, he put him up for a broken light, but he ran his tag and everything. And when he came back, he had a warrant out for his arrest.
Wow.
And he kept saying, "That's not me, that's not me." But because he had LegalShield and Identity Theft Shield, he was able to get his turn on the telephone, and they were able to straighten that out. Because had he not had our service, he was going to jail, and he knew it. He knew it.
Man, that's life-changing. All right, stay with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. When we come back, more from our expert contributor in studio today, H.L. Allen. He's a retired master sergeant. Again, thank you for your service, sir. And
More than welcome.
Yeah, we have our expert contributors here coming in studio as well. And feel-good story of the day. Celebrity chefs have teamed up to feed California firefighters and evacuees right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Check us out online, consumerqb.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. For more information, go to consumerqb.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, this week we're going to talk about something exciting as usual.
We always have something exciting.
Yes, we do.
At least it's exciting to us.
But this is a question that comes up.
TV, hey, it is Friday night. We're not here. Yes, we pre-recorded once again because WeBeam TV is working over in Tampa with Dancing with the Stars.
62 Who Knew. I almost said Professional Mortgage Alliance, Joe's Bar and Grill. But actually, it's our 39th week of 62 Who Knew.
We're at the wonderful steampunk event at the Verizon Event Center here in 2019. I think it's still August, right? Yeah. Woo! Can't remember.
Yes. To be able to help businesses to do that part of it. But it's just been a couple years.
Well, and I've taken the business card files from our business cards.
Entrepreneurs and professionals of Tampa Bay, welcome to your hour for getting the information, the tools, and the connections for
Battles on Radio Influence.
Or you say left-hand white, and then they catch the left-hand white. What it does, it helps you quick with hand-eye coordination. Yeah.
Well, that's kind of...
As you're super connected, we want to introduce you to our 50-plus show partners. We got over 80 categories of expert contributor advice here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, and we want to...
That's where we disagree, but that's okay.
I said nonviolent.
That's okay.
Because, we're one of the only states that don't give them back the right. We've got Jamie Limbaugh. He is from the Next Step image. I love that name because you were telling me earlier.
For the type of republic we actually are is actually very correct. Yet politicians and regular people use these words interchangeably, even though technically they are very different.
If you're an overdoer, overachiever, people pleaser, we tend to neglect ourselves. And even as Sisters Connected here, with Women Unscripted, I know.
You're You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, we're back here. Brandon Rhymes, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. Check out our book on Amazon, Become the MVP in Your Industry by Surfing the Radio Waves. We'd love for you to check out a copy of that. Let us know what you think about it, and we want to help you win in any marketplace. That's our goal, and our radio and TV show model helps our sellers maximize the exposure on the sale of their real estate properties. Got a property, a $2 million listing here at Harbor Point in Port Richey. $2 million property that we have, single-family home, and it's ultra private. You got 2 security gates that you have to go through before you even get on the street. 4348 Harbor Point Drive in Port Richey. It's a 6,700 square foot beautiful property here in Tampa Bay. Waterfront, boat dock, bay access, direct access out into the bay. So perfect for the fisherman or outdoorsman or person that loves to entertain at home. 6,700 square feet. Beautiful property here in Tampa Bay. 4348 Harbor Point Drive in Port Richey. Gorgeous, gorgeous opportunity to own real estate here in Tampa Bay. 1100 South Myrtle is a great property here, commercial asset that we have in Clearwater. This is close to downtown. Looking for that business owner that wants to place their new business here. 1100 South Myrtle. It's got a building on it, but it's a little dilapidated, so you might want to tear that down. We are investigating whether we should tear it down now and sell it as a vacant lot or see what happens with the building in terms of grandfathering in. 1100 South Myrtle in beautiful Clearwater, Florida. Hot listings, compliments of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, consumerqb.com.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
And this segment is brought to you by Infinity Medical Institute. Check them out online, infinitymedicalinstitute.com. 10 years in the business, over 40,000 patients that have been successfully treated, and they offer low T therapy, weight loss plans, cosmetic services, for example, Botox, improved sexual wellness, and increased energy. Infinity Medical Institute, longtime friends of the Consumer Quarterback Show here. Pellet hormone replacement therapy is another option for those looking for hormone replacement that can really significantly help you with your weight loss, and they will be offering men's health programs as well coming up as well. So check them out online, Infinity Medical Institute, and they are located at 1715 Northwest Shore Boulevard, suite number 100, right here in Tampa, just south of the International Plaza Mall. InfinityMedicalInstitute.com here in Tampa Bay. And we want to help you win in any marketplace. That's our goal, and helping our real estate clients buying, selling, investing here in Tampa Bay. H.L. Allen, retired Master Sergeant, in studio today. We're talking about independent associate with LegalShield and IDShield.
Yes.
So we talked a little bit, about the product itself, and you have opportunities for, for example, big companies that are working with it. It's an employee benefit as well.
Yes. In fact, all of Florida State Troopers has LegalShield. All the Hillsborough Sheriff Department have LegalShield. Wow. And I just found out not too long ago, Orlando Magic has LegalShield. And also NFL alum, they have LegalShield. So we have a lot of companies that have LegalShield, because it can just give an owner of a company, whether you have a large company, a small company, a peace of mind knowing that if one of your employees or one of your family members have a situation, they pick up the telephone and call their attorney, 24/7 access to your attorney.
Yeah, that's awesome to be able to have that. Pick up the phone, get in contact with the attorney. Yeah. And it seems like some of the ex-football players, basketball players, it seems like they need to have this service, don't they? We've seen some scenarios, and unfortunately they get the headlines a lot of times too when it happens. But some state troopers, you mentioned the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office.
Yes, they have.
Wow.
Yeah. And also, from what I understand, Houston Astros, I understand they have it. And I tell you what, when I was in the military, I traveled all over the country, and it would have been nice to be able to have LegalShield, because I'll be the first one to admit I got some speeding tickets while I was out there.
Yep.
But with LegalShield, we don't fix speeding tickets, but we try to make sure they don't go on your license and your insurance. Because here's what I know: anytime you get a speeding ticket, go on your insurance. We talking about it can go up anywhere from 22% to 30%.
Wow.
So that's a lot of money. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it can add up, man. It can definitely add up. So you have legal services. So this legal services side is something else. Can you give us an example of what the legal service is?
With the legal service, give you 24/7 access to your attorney. We take a speeding tickets, wheels. 7 out of 10 of America don't have a wheel. And if you're married, we'll do a wheel for you and your spouse. That just speaks about RS issue. You have a RS issue. Still, you're worrying about it. We have attorneys for that. Contract review. How many times we sign a contract and we know we sign, and I'm not talking about a marriage license, but I'm talking about a contract. You know, when you purchasing a home, buying a car, or anything like that. You'll be able to send that contract to the attorney, and they'll look at it. They can tell you, hey, you know, this is a good contract. No, we need to change a few things. So before you make any decision, you can have an attorney to take a look at that contract. And that's part of the membership. And also the will, that's part of the membership.
Yeah, that's important.
Yes.
You know, to get those things in place. You look at the fourth quarter of your life. You look at people starting businesses. You know, business. How many times have you heard the story? You heard somebody belly aching. It could be a friend or somebody you just bump into, and they're going to tell you the story about he did this to me, she did that to me. You know, this is something. It's a great idea to have an attorney look at these documents before you enter in those agreements.
Exactly. They give you a peace of mind, because I know when I was in the military, we had legal service, but if I had a situation off base, I had to get my own attorney.
Yeah.
So
costs a lot of money.
It does. Very expensive. We anywhere from $200 to $300, $400 an hour.
Yes.
In fact, the attorney I want to do a consultation with her. She took about $200 just come in and talk to her.
Wow.
But that's on the low end. But depending on what city you're in, it can be up to $1,000. And IRS attorney, they are very expensive.
Yeah, IRS.
Yeah.
So some issues with the IRS, like you're looking at, didn't pay the taxes. You got caught up in a kind of a spin where your income depleted, and now you owe this IRS all this money. So there's things like offering compromise that you can offer. You can work through with that.
Right. We have attorneys that specialize in those areas.
Yep.
And they basically give you a peace of mind knowing, hey, if you have a situation like that, get your attorney involved, because a lot of time we try to make a decision without having someone to look at or without talking to the right person.
Yeah. MyAttorney365.com is the website.
Yes.
H.L. Allen, retired Master Sergeant, is who we're talking with here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. So we're talking about LegalShield and some of the different benefits that you have, IDShield as well. Let's go back to that topic for a moment, because we've seen so many different companies, JP Morgan Chase, you had Target, lots, you named the Fortune 500 company, and they've had some time. Our federal government's been hacked. A lot of hacking going on. What are you seeing in that cyberspace type of a hacking situation? Are you seeing a lot of stuff in there?
Oh, yeah. In fact, every 39 seconds, there's a data breach.
Wow.
In fact, I was just looking at it earlier before I came in here. It's happening all the time, because like I mentioned earlier, it's a $1 billion industry.
Yep.
And it's not going anywhere anytime soon. And the main thing is having something in place for you, because during the month of October, I had a chance to attend a couple of cybersecurity symposium.
Yep.
And I learned a lot about what goes on in that world.
Yep.
And here's the thing, as a business owner, you need to have something in place, because if you don't have something in place, you can put you out of business.
Yeah.
I mean, it can mess your life up.
It really can.
Yeah, it can.
You know, we've had, for example, comes to mind, we've had Thomas King, Florida Firearms Academy on the show. And the opportunity, you know, hey, if you have a situation where you're going to protect your family, you're going to pull the gun out, right? You're going to pull the gun. They always say, if you pull it, you better be ready to use it, right?
Exactly.
There's different types of, you know, not this particular product, but there's one, I think it's called Texas LawShield. It's specific to if you pull the gun out and you're defending your family, the police show up, they're going to arrest you because you committed to crime to stop a crime.
Right.
So it's kind of similar. It reminds me, you know, similar to that, and that's something I carry, you know, because I'm a concealed carry holder, and you know, I carry the firearm in a position where, you know, hey, a lot of times I'm going into listing appointments, it's a little bit shady. You know, there's scenarios where you say, oh, okay, now this is a place where I'm going to go ahead and carry this.
Right.
So it's something along those lines. In my mind, it's a little bit similar. So we're talking with H.L. Allen, retired Master Sergeant here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, making his debut to the show, and independent associate with LegalShield and IDShield. Now, is this also where people maybe want to have an opportunity to get in the business with you? Is there opportunity for that too?
Oh, yes. In fact, tonight, the gentleman that's going to be doing the presentation, he's a retired law enforcement state trooper, and he's going to be coming to Tampa tonight, and he's going to be doing a presentation. And if you want to attend, just let me know. But it's going to be held at Doubletree. Registration starts at 7, and the briefing is from 7:30 to 8:30. So if you're looking to supplement your income, looks for a great tax write-off, don't look any further than LegalShield. And also something I want to mention about you for weapon carriage. With LegalShield, we also have a weapon carriage program.
Do you really? Okay.
Yeah, we do. In fact, it's like one of the top out there, because there was a gentleman. He's a retired law enforcement, and he used his weapon, and he ended up getting in trouble. He ended up going to jail.
Wow.
He ended up homeless.
It's like they just err on the side of, hey, we're taking everybody to jail here. Something happened. We don't know. We're not going to sort it out in the field. We're taking everybody to jail. You got to get your attorney. You got to pay bail. You got to deal with the ongoing consequences of the situation where maybe defending your family, so it's a challenge. All right, so stay with us. When we come back, we got HL. He's going to stay around in studio with us today. We got James DeGerome, our show producer as well. He's going to come on. We're going to talk about some of the opportunities that we have coming up in the new year for business owners out there, salespeople, men and women of all types, business industries. We're going to talk to you about opportunities to be on air with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And our feel-good story of the day coming up as well. Celebrity chefs teamed up to feed California firefighters and evacuees. Follow us online at Brandon Rhymes 1 on Instagram, Twitter, Consumer Quarterback Show page out there on Facebook, and link up on LinkedIn. We'd love to connect with you there. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll see you right after this short break. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, this is Jarek Robbins. You are listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show with Brandon Rhymes. Please do what it takes to learn all that you have to live the life you want to live it fully, and find a way to give it by paying it forward to others.
Get in touch with Brandon online at consumerqb.com.
All right, this week we're going to talk about something exciting as usual.
We always have something exciting.
Yes, we do.
At least it's exciting to us.
But this is a question that comes up.
TV, hey, it is Friday night. We're not here. Yes, we pre-recorded once again because WeBeam TV is working over in Tampa with D'Angelo Star.
62 Who Knew. I almost said Professional Mortgage Alliance, Joe's Bar and Grill, but actually it's our 39th week. 62 Who Knew.
We're at the wonderful steampunk event at the Verizon Event Center here in 2019. I think it's still August, right? Yeah. Woo! Can't remember anymore.
Ask an attorney about Florida law.
Yes. To be able to help businesses to do that part of it. But it's just been a couple years.
Well, and I've taken the business card files from our business cards.
Entrepreneurs and professionals of Tampa Bay, welcome to your hour for getting the information, the tools, and the connections
Ian
for
Beckles on Radio Influence.
Or you say left-hand white, and then they catch the left-hand white. What it does, it helps you quick with hand-eye coordination.
Well, that's kind
you're super connected. We want to introduce you to our 50-plus show partners. We got over 80 categories of expert contributor advice here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, and we want to...
That's where we disagree, but that's okay.
I said nonviolent.
That's okay.
Because, we're one of the only states that don't give them back the right. Got Jamie Limbaugh. He is from the Next Step image. I love that name because you were telling me earlier.
For the type of republic we actually are is actually very correct. Yet politicians and regular people use these words interchangeably, even though technically they are very different.
If you're an overdoer, overachiever, people pleaser, we tend to neglect ourselves. And even as sisters connected here, with Women Unscripted, I know.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
Welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, helping you win in any marketplace, helping our buyers, sellers, and investors win as well. Certified negotiation expert here, and helping our team with our real estate deals and transactions. 2435 Grand Boulevard in Holiday. This is a great opportunity for a commercial property, corner lot in Holiday with 50,000 cars passing by every single day. Looking for that commercial space? We got it for you. 2435 Grand Boulevard in Holiday. Commercial opportunity, currently operating as a landscaping operation with a car dealership. This would be perfect for a car dealership right there on the corner of a very busy intersection. 2435 Grand Boulevard in Holiday. A great real estate property offering, compliments to the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. And we got a hot property listing over on the beach. This is my favorite listing right now. 861 Mandalay Avenue, Clearwater Beach. This is $699,000, priced below the comparables. And you got 2 bedrooms, 3 bath, 200 steps rather, and you are on the sugar sands and dolphin-filled waters of North Clearwater Beach. 861 Mandalay Avenue, Clearwater Beach. Gorgeous property, completely remodeled kitchen, and just a great opportunity here in beautiful Tampa Bay. Check out all of our real estate properties and our website at platinummvpteam.com. All right, and this segment is brought to you by Bill Maher Beach Resort, the beautiful hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show, our official hotel partner. Bill Maher Beach Resort on Treasure Island, and they've got the standing ovations going on over there now as well. If you haven't seen that, great opportunity to go to the beach, hang out, and see some really cool sand sculptures here. I mean, it's amazing what these artists can do with some sand here in Tampa Bay. Beautiful property, standing ovations over at the beach going on right now. Standing ovations, Masters Cup. Bill Maher Beach Resort. Book directly online. Don't book at one of those online sites. Go directly, as Clyde Smith says, to the Bill Maher Beach Resort. Give them a call. Let them know the real estate quarterback sent you, or book online. Bill Maher Beach Resort, the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, James DeGerome's joining us here in studio today, and executive show producer, doing a great job with the show. Thanks for coming in.
Much.
Yes, sir.
Well, we've got a bunch of partners out there. You know, the backbone of our show is our partners. These guys come together and they provide information for the public out there that gives our show that edge that we want to have. We want to be informational. We want to provide something that you haven't heard before, to empower you a little bit more as a consumer out there, make your dollar go farther. To that end, we've got some great partners out there doing great things, and we want to mention some of those guys. I know in the past we've had Alex Lima on the program, Black Belt Fitness, and he's getting also with Captain Will. They're getting together. They're doing relief for the Bahamas. So we want to remind you guys, it's not going to go away down there. You know, it's a real mess. And it's going to take quite a while to get that thing squared away. So if you want to help out and you can't get over there and you don't know how to do it, get in touch with Alex Lima, Black Belt Fitness, Captain Will. Tell them about Captain Will.
Yeah, Captain Will Smith Aviation, longtime friend of the program. He actually started as our termite and pest control company almost 7 years ago now. Okay. And then he got into aviation, and now he's just doing a great stuff with the aviation side of his business. And doing a great job with the Bahamas.
It's a relationship between the show and the partners, and that's the idea. We want to continue to build that and make that grow and give them an opportunity to voice the things they're working on. We have some folks in the health and wellness category that we just added. Heather Lalk, a fit to a T. She's got events coming up as well. I want to remind you that she's got a change your beliefs, change your life. That's what she's going to get a seminar here. Change your beliefs, change your life. Learn how belief affects our lives deeply and how we can change them quickly and easily to live the life we're meant to live. So Thursday, November 7th, 6:30 at her place down there in Dunedin. So just a member of our team here that's going out of her way to provide some information, put on a seminar, trying to give folks a chance to learn a little bit more about ways they can affect their lives and change themselves positively. And we've got a bunch of partners that do that every day. I know HL, first time on for HL. HL's got an event coming up he's telling us about. And that's the idea with all our partners, whether it's Connor Keller, Insect IQ, or Chuck Peterson with Suncoast Roofing. These guys don't just do a great job in their field, but they go out and help the community. They're out there doing charitable events and trying to give people an advantage and help out. So we want to give them an opportunity to voice their stuff on the air whenever we get a chance. Anyone that comes to mind for you? I know Steve and Lisa over there at Replenish IV.
That's right. Steve and Lisa Gunnan, Replenish IV Solutions. They're right there on Gandy Boulevard in Southampton. They got the location off of Bears now up by Del Mabry North there.
And if you can't get to them, they come to you, right?
That's right. They will.
That's awesome. So think about that. If you're too stressed, and that's what it's all about, your work day is longer, the less hours for you. They'll come right to you and accommodate you in your work day.
Yeah, absolutely. And you have Fabre Frameworks. So all of our beautiful photography that we talk about, the pictures of the properties that we show here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, Fabre Frameworks, long-time friend of the program.
We've met Jeanette. We've met Gary over there. We've had Manny on. We've had all the different folks from Fabre. So we got to know them really well, and they work so well with us and all our home partners on the show. So that's a big one for us.
Yeah, they're helping you sell your real estate properties faster. A lot of realtors, mortgage, title folks in the business listening to our show now over 7 years on air. And there's an opportunity as well for you if you're a business owner, a salesperson, all types of businesses. We have an opportunity where we've got select categories. It's exclusive categories that we have here. But I think there's no better option in terms of marketing dollars to come on the air to speak about your business, and then we give you the video content that you can then repurpose, James.
It's one thing to be an expert in your field, and a lot of folks are, and that's because you acquire that knowledge over time. You're out there doing a job, and you learn every day to day, and you start to come up with a bunch of things that are common mistakes or things you see people make when they jump into your field. That knowledge is so powerful in the community, and when you share that with us, it goes so far. I mean, we want these folks to patronize your business, and we want them to do that because they know they're getting into to do business with somebody they can respect and is going to have their dollar going the furthest it can go in their local community. We talk a lot about local lenders and local people right here in our Tampa Bay area.
That's right.
We want to support them first. And again, with all the home services that Brandon has, the show starts out with the real estate side and all the things related to your home, whether it's pest control, roofing, solar. We've got so many great partners that work on that side. But as Brandon mentioned, we expand the show a little bit and start to include the health and wellness category.
That's right.
We've got folks out there that have a number of categories that we haven't even touched on.
Yep.
If you think the show can provide you a vehicle to get your message out there, we want to hear from you. We want an opportunity to meet with you and talk about what we can do for you and what you can do for the community at large. That's the idea. We're trying to put together a show here that provides as much knowledge as we can.
Yep.
We're not restricting you to the home services field. So if you've got a field out there that you feel like, man, I've got a business, I think people would really benefit from the knowledge I could get, and maybe you'd like to have a custom commercial where you can come on the air a couple times a month and build a commercial just the way you want. Every time you build a radio and TV spot, you hope it hits the right ears. This show allows you to customize that message.
That's right.
Every single time you come on, let them know something else about your business, something you can't get across in just 30 seconds.
Yeah. Frequently asked questions, seasonally appropriate advice. Those are some of the things that we've talked about here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. By the way, if you just joined us, I'm Brandon Rhymes. I'm the host of the show. We're talking with James DeGerome, our executive show producer here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Fairway Independent Mortgage. They do a great job as well. Local lender, local community.
Diane brings us in her staff. We've met Colleen, other folks. I think her daughter was on the program once before.
That's right.
So that's the idea. We want to get to know you and make the community comfortable with you as a business owner. We get to know who you are, and you can tell us where you come from and how you help the community, and that breaking down of the barriers between you is what's going to increase your business.
Yeah, that's right. AC guy of Tampa Bay, Greg Bowman, very knowledgeable. Connor Keller, Insect IQ. Some of these folks, when we get to know them better, wow, the knowledge really comes through, James.
And the timeliness of it too. Thomas King comes on all the time, and Thomas has a great business over there, Florida Firearms Academy, and he's doing great things in the community, charitable wise. But man, his topic just keeps hitting the news. There's something in the news every week that affects gun ownership, gun rights, an event, something going on. So it's someone that you want to get in touch with, and we're going to bring him back on the show constantly to keep giving you that message and providing some information for you as things change, because as we go forward, every single day, there's an opportunity for some new business to spring up that I didn't even consider. We've talked about the gaming guys that make money gaming. They want to come on the show or talk about how you can use social media. We have Jessica Russell, someone that we work with a little bit on that side. That area, the internet and the web sales, that never stops. It's growing in every direction. There's new platforms every day.
Yep.
So we're going to try to find people that are out there with knowledge for you. And then we want you to think about putting your business, yourself in that flow, so you can get out there and we can push your message out there as well.
Yeah, and I think about attorneys too. When you look at the attorneys, we've had immigration attorneys, family law. We've got attorney Jason Coble, the personal injury law on the show.
It never
Frank
stops.
Charles Miranda.
Joe Kearns is one of my favorite shows because Joe gets into the divorce and the estate stuff and the family stuff. I mean, the attorneys are especially in fields where there's constantly new legal issues coming up. There's always a new case. There's some new ruling that comes down. In the case of Richard Alexander, we introduced new legislation. He comes on and tells us, hey, coming down the pike this October, the state of Florida is going to do X, Y, and Z in terms of your cell phone use in your vehicle. Anytime we have new information, man, our group of attorneys, we love having them on because they provide us that cutting edge information that's even sometimes a preview of new legislation or things that are going to come down the pike. So that legal side is really big for us.
That's right. Yeah. And when you think about the longest running show contributors that we have, there's actually 3 that are kind of in the running here within a couple of months that they came on and joined the show. Jay Smith, A Snoop Inspection.
Okay, yep.
Over 6 years on the Consumer Quarterback Show and supporting our Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. William Crowley, the credit magician, the credit man, and a friend of HL's as well. He brought HL into our community here as well. Very knowledgeable around credit improvement, identity theft prevention, all that good stuff. Will Smith, Captain Will Smith, as we talked about as well.
These guys have been with the show, and they stayed with the show even when they changed fields. So that'll give you a little insight into the value of the show for them. It became a relationship, kind of a personal thing where they're just like that relationship and they love the idea of the show. And that's what we wanted to display for you guys when you come and become a partner on the show. It's a relationship that we're going to keep going. Of course, it's about doing business. We want to get the best side of your business out there for folks to learn about, but we're going to have you meet our other partners on the show. We're going to form a little bit of a bond there, and we're going to develop a team here on the show. So the idea that the team can help you in supporting your business as well as your business provides information to the community, it's a two-way street. That's the idea behind the program.
And James, I'd be remiss too if I didn't mention Fred Muth with that original group. I mean, him and Tampa Screens and Aluminum, they've been over 5 years, probably close to 6 as well.
Now, I forget about Fred sometimes because I think of him as a radio personality, not so much a screen guy.
Yeah.
Fred is great on the show. I always like, whenever I guest host, I try to get Fred on, so I know he's going to eat up some of my time. I don't have to kill it as hard as I normally do.
Alexander Financial, Jake Alexander. You think about the CPA, you think about an enrolled agent, very knowledgeable, Jake Alexander and his team at Alexander.
A bunch of our folks are not just representing themselves, but they're an independent arbiter, much like Fairway is an independent broker with mortgages, or Jake is. They're not wed to one particular business. They're not going to throw you a cookie cutter solution to a problem you have, because they can shop the entire country and look for the best deal for you.
That's right. And I think about 3D Solar.
Yeah.
What a great company they are. Tampa Bay Business Journal's Fast 50. I think they came in at number 8 last year or something like that.
And not just that they do business in a great way, their field is exploding. So there's constantly opportunity in the solar world. People have new questions about solar. Is it right for me? Man, there's so many folks out that jumped into this because it became profitable in the last year. You better make sure you've got somebody who knows everything about it and has been in it for a while. David Ringo, 3D Solar, great friend of the show, willing to come out and talk to you. They're not trying to sell you something you don't need. They just want to help the environment.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a situation where if you really understand how solar works, you understand the benefits and how you're maybe paying money now, but you're going to have no payment in the future once that runs out.
A bunch of our partners are that way, forward-minded. You know, Fred DeFelice with Water Science US.
Yes.
He's somebody that is concerned about your water quality. He's not just going to come out to your house and give you a free evaluation. He really wants to educate you a little bit about what's going on in your water. It's something serious you need to consider.
That's right. All right, stay with us. When we come back, more from our expert contributors here in studio. We're going to have our lightning round tips, top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom, and our feel-good story of the day. Celebrity chefs have teamed up to feed California firefighters and evacuees. Stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
This is Warwick Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show, hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at ConsumerQB.com. Ian Beckles here.
All right, this week we're going to talk about something exciting as usual.
We always have something exciting.
Yes, we do.
At least it's exciting to us.
But this is a question that comes up.
TV, hey, it is Friday night. We're not here. Yes, we pre-recorded once again because WeBeam TV is working over in Tampa with Dancing with the Stars.
62 who knew. I almost said Professional Mortgage Alliance, Joe's Bar and Grill. But actually, it's our 39th week. 62 who knew.
We're at the wonderful steampunk event at the Verizon Event Center here in 2019. I think it's still August, right? Yeah. Woo! Can't remember it.
Ask me about Florida law.
Yes. To be able to help businesses to do that part of it. But it's just been a couple of years.
Well, and I've taken the business card files from our business cards.
Entrepreneurs and professionals of Tampa Bay, welcome to your hour for getting the information, the tools, and the connections
Ian
for
Beckles on Radio Influence.
Hey everybody,
then they catch the left-hand white. What it does, it helps you quick with hand-eye coordination. Yeah.
Well, that's kind
as your super connector. We want to introduce you to our 50-plus show partners. We got over 80 categories of expert contributor advice here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, and we want to
That's where we disagree, but that's okay.
I said nonviolent.
That's okay.
Because, we're one of the only states that don't give them back their right. We've got Jamie Limbaugh. He is from the Next Step image. I love that name because you were telling me earlier.
For the type of republic we actually are is actually very correct. Yet politicians and regular people use these words interchangeably, even though technically they are very different.
If you're an overdoer, overachiever, people pleaser, we tend to neglect ourselves. And even as Sisters Connected here, with Women Unscripted, I know.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, we're back here. Brandon Rhymes, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, helping you win in any marketplace. Brothers Easy Moving is the official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Big shout out to Brothers Easy Moving, and I can tell you from firsthand experience, they are a first-class organization. They did a great job with my family's move, and I've known the owner, Gary Thacker, for many years. He does a great job, great team, and they are very reliable, whether you're planning a local or long-distance move. Big shout out to Brothers Easy Moving, the official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. And a couple of hot properties here for this segment. We got 9th Avenue Safety Harbor. This is a property that is perfect to build your dream home on in Safety Harbor, one of the best communities in all of Tampa Bay. Beautiful, quaint town of Safety Harbor. 9th Avenue Safety Harbor is $289,000, just reduced, and it's a great opportunity here to build your dream home in Tampa Bay. 2053 Heartland Circle in Valrico. 2053 Heartland Circle is another opportunity for a real estate property here in Tampa Bay. Heartland Circle in Valrico, and another one of our real estate listings. We've got about 40 listings at the company now, and we'd love to talk to you if you are buying, selling, or investing. Check us out online, platinummvpteam.com. So we got in studio today H.L. Allen. He's a retired master sergeant, also independent associate with LegalShield and IDShield. And James DeGerome, show producer for the Consumer Quarterback Show here in studio. And we're going to tell you something good here in our feel-good story of the day. Tell me something good. All right, so we talked about the celebrity chefs have teamed up to feed California firefighters. Seems like they do it every year, is what we've mentioned. So the firefighters in Northern California raced to contain a devastating Kincaid fire. A group of celebrity chefs have come together to feed thousands of displaced evacuees and first responders. Chef Guy Fieri joined forces with Tyler Florence, Tracy Desjardins, and Jose Andres, and the nonprofit World Central Kitchen. They, along hundreds of volunteers, have been feeding about 6,000 people a day. Imagine that, 6,000 people a day. This is not the first time they volunteered in the Northern California wildfire. In 2018, the group rallied 100 chefs, 800 volunteers to cook Thanksgiving dinner for the victims of the campfire. 2017, Fieri himself, who lived in Santa Rosa, was forced to evacuate when Tubbs Fire Department destroyed the Coffee Park neighborhood in Santa Rosa. Yet he still volunteered, serving thousands of meals per day. Quote, with these fires and the evacuations, with all the people that have lost their homes, we're feeding over 5,000 people a day, Fieri said in 2017. Other celebrities have also stepped up to help out with the disaster, including wrestler John Cena, who pledged to donate $500,000 to firefighters in California. Wow. What's his tagline? John Cena? I don't watch wrestling as much. I like the I forgot what it was.
You can't see me.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. Yeah, I didn't remember that one, but
what a mess. I was just gonna say that California thing, unbelievable. You know, we deal with hurricanes and we have weather down here that forces you to be aware of your situation.
Yeah.
That wildfire thing, holy cow, just leaves dust behind. I mean, it comes sweeping through and the wind blows it up and it moves fast.
Yeah. You got hurricanes on the east side of the United States, get wildfires out there, tornadoes in the middle.
I was jealous that they didn't have hurricanes, but now I'm not so sure. I'm not trading hurricanes for wildfires.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. The topography makes it so difficult to fight.
Yeah, they said the wind it can skip half a mile in the air. You know, it can blow embers across a road, across a highway, across a river. So it's on the move with that wind.
That's devastating.
Yeah, it's
devastating. Couple that with earthquakes and higher taxes. I'll stay away from California. All right, let's jump into our. Well, before we do, let's give us a little more background. HL, you had mentioned you are a Master Sergeant. Give us a little background. Let our listeners get to know a little bit more about you and your background with the military.
Sure, I spent over 24 years in the Air Force. I come from a family of military. My dad was in the military, Army. Uncle was in the military. But I chose something a little different. I chose the Air Force. And when I was in the Air Force, I was in civil engineering. They call us dirt boys. I mean,
civil engineering,
yes. Heavy equipment operator. If the plane took off or landed on them, that was my job. You drove on it. I took care of that. So snow removing. And I had a chance to be stationed in Alaska twice, Hawaii, stationed in Mississippi. I've been to the desert a few times. I had a great time in the military. In fact, I was second grade when I knew I wanted to go to the military, but I wasn't sure what branch. But when the Air Force came available for me, I took advantage of it.
Very cool.
So you could have went any Air Force, huh?
Yes.
Now, in the Air Force, you had bases everywhere. Any chance you were MacDill ever?
No, actually, I wanted to come to Florida, but they sent me to South Carolina. But
I got you. But Hawaii and Alaska, pretty cool.
Oh yeah, it was great. It was a great assignment, especially Hawaii. Hawaii was really good for my career. Really good.
That's great, man. Thanks for your service. Thanks again.
Absolutely. Veterans Day coming up. HL. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, man.
Welcome.
All right, let's jump into our lightning round here.
The lightning round.
I am so good at lightning rounds.
All right, here we go. Top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom. HL, retired Master Sergeant, LegalShield.
Here's what you need to keep in mind. We're getting ready to go into the holidays. Your credit card, be careful where you use those credit cards. Anytime you use a credit card, check your count because thieves, they're taking advantage of folks and stuff. You're on the highway, when you get to a bus station or trains, any kind of station and stuff, where you use your information, make sure you you need to be on top of things like that because here's what I know. When you become a victim of identity theft, you pretty much out there. So with a lot of companies, this is a great employee benefit. So the main thing is keep looking out for your family, also your employees. So the main thing, protect your information at all times because if you don't, someone will take advantage of you.
Website is myattorney365.com. That's myattorney365.com. All right, James, top tips.
Well, what I would just say to business owners out there, you know, we talk all the time about using, you got to get on top of social media. You got to use it to your advantage. The radio television show that we do here, the Consumer Quarterback Show, offers you, of course, a chance to get your message out widely throughout the Bay, and it gets you a chance to meet a lot of business owners who are like-minded and charitable, just like yourself. But in addition to that, the social media side is beneficial for you and your business because we're going to provide the files that you from your appearance. We want you to post that socially. We want to start using social media to really push your business. So the idea that we're a radio TV show, yes, we are, and 860 does a great job of getting out to a lot of ears for us. And of course, we beam and all our folks on the TV side. But we want social media. We want our partners to really bump everything up with the social media side.
Yeah, absolutely. That's such a big part of it, especially today. You know, we played a clip last week's show, Gary Vaynerchuk talking about terrestrial radio. In his opinion, is a place to put money. You look at social, you look at the videos, and the ability to take that video content and broadcast, email that out. A lot of people have 50,000 people in their database.
It's having your own TV station. If you want your own TV station, you want the ability to control the content and put out there what you want to put out there. That's what we're trying to do, is help you as much as we can on that side. Without a doubt, social media is a place you can expand your business and use it in every way. And much like you mentioned the Gary Vee thing, Gary Vee mentioned that it's changing every day. There's WhatsApp, there's LinkedIn, there's Instagram, there's Facebook. It changes so rapidly that you've got to cover all those platforms, and it makes it so that radio is right there even with it because they're changing every day. You might have a message on Instagram. You might have a business owner or a business person pursuing your business from WhatsApp. Now you've missed each other because different apps. The radio is always going to be there, and it's going to cover the wide area of the Bay.
That's interesting too, because we had a conversation recently with someone about our show on the Bone, and hey, what kind of response are you getting? Got an email from a gentleman. Hey, I'm having problems selling my property. Took the listing yesterday. The stimulus response is there. You can see it, and we've seen it break down across all. One of our most popular is when we do the credit package for William Crowley. The phone blows up when we offer that credit package out there. We're getting lots of people blowing up the phone, looking for the hotline number and texting that hotline to get the credit package.
It's a chance for you to have a custom message and get your message out there broadly. And we want to provide as much information as we can to the folks out there. It's a two-way street. You're going to benefit, and we're going to benefit. And boy, it's something we really hope you pursue.
Yeah, and smart televisions now. Over 50 million people, households have a smart television in their home now. So we're on binge networks on any smart television out there: Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Sony TV. Literally 85 other
YouTube,
smart television outlets.
Just look us up. You'll find it.
That's right. So hey, another great show. And if you want to reach out for H.L. Allen, retired Master Sergeant, and talk about LegalShield, IDShield, just pull out your smartphone, text us, shoot us a text or a call, 813-670-7372. Any of our partners that we mentioned today, we would love to put you in contact with them. Just reach out, 813-670-7372. That's our consumer advocate hotline number. Call or text that line anytime. Hey, another great show today. I want to thank our expert contributors here in studio, HL and James, our team behind the scenes putting it together, Rob and the whole team at WeBeam, and Yehudi back there. Dimitri, thanks so much for all your help. And please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Pack up some food or clothing, carry it with you to and from your commute, hand it to that person that you see in need, and be a force for good in the community. We'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for The Consumer Quarterback Show.
Are you a real estate agent looking to take your business to the next level and supercharge your marketing? Hi, I'm Brandon Rhymes, owner of Platinum MVP Realty and host of the Real Estate Quarterback Show, syndicated radio and TV show talk program on iHeartRadio, 1025 The Bone, daily 5 o'clock drive time on 1380 The Biz, and our TV show is on WeBeam TV. We're looking for real estate agents that want to join our team and supercharge their marketing utilizing some of our innovative strategies. We utilize the Real Geeks platform, Facebook marketing, internet marketing, and a lot of the traditional methods as well. Postcard mailers mailed for you, postage, signage, business cards, all paid for by the company. Aggressive real estate splits and ways to help you win in any marketplace. We need you to go out, take applications, and work our plethora of leads that we're generating on a daily basis. Reach out by clicking the form below, and we'd love to have a confidential interview with you.